Welcome to a brand new edition of Taiwan Outlook, the program that gives you the different faces and lets you hear the different voices on Taiwan. I'm your host, Wu Ruiguo. As you have seen, we had a very special opening to today's program because we have a special guest on our program today. He is Ken Chou, and he is a music producer and also a guitarist in Taiwan. Welcome to the program, Ken.
Hi, I'm Ken Chou. I'm a band leader of Light Engine and Ken Chou Group. I live life as a producer and a guitarist.
Yes. Right.
We're so happy to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on the program today.
But English made me nervous a little bit.
Don't be. All right. Ken, let me ask you. You started pursuing your interest in music and also guitar at the age of 11.
Yes.
Why? I mean, what was the background? What was the reason that got you interested and involved in music?
My mom got an old guitar.
Oh,
so
really?
I see the giant guitar when I was a little child.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
And I think one day when my hand big enough, I'm gonna play a C chord on this.
Oh, good.
Okay, so that's when I was 11, and I tried that maybe I can play the chords, so I play guitars. And the relationship between guitar is like a true friend of mine when I was a child, because maybe I didn't have really good skills, get along with my classmates and friends. Most of the time, I just found some place and hide in the campus and play guitar and practice and listen to the CD.
Okay.
You know, their period of time got CD players, giant CD players. So listen until teacher from me, and I found some place new to hide. So I'm kind of a little bit a lonely child.
Okay.
But guitar is the only friend of mine.
Okay. So you were born in Hsinchu, as we understand.
Yes.
But you decided to come to Taipei. Why was that? Because it was easier for you to realize your pursuit and your dream in music in Taipei. Is that correct?
Yeah, and when a lonely child grew up, he entered the Chupei High School. I found the pop music club.
Yes.
During that time, and I play maybe better than others because I start earlier. And as a leader of that club, I write a lot of bands and write a lot of activities, and we perform around the cities. Older friends, also guitarists, tell me if you got better playing, you got to go to Taipei. There's only place have music industry during that time, that period of time. One day when I graduated from high school, I go to Taipei and seek the real world. And see the record company. And
see if they can produce an album for you.
Yeah. Maybe that like a teenage boy dream about that. I'm going to be a star, so maybe something. And I decided to go to Taipei.
All right.
And I didn't get really good grade because I spent all my time on the club and on guitars, on the band stuff, So there's only one concern is that I pick up any college in Taipei is okay.
Yes.
Any major.
Okay.
Because there's period of time, there's no pop music major in Taiwan.
No.
Until now, I heard that there's gonna be a pop music major next year, I guess.
Okay, good.
In Taiwan, yes.
Good. Ken, let me ask you. Like you said, you did not really enjoy school when you were going to school, the elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. And you had, very different experiences than other people when they were growing up. What is your view about Taiwan's educational system? Why didn't you like it? I mean, what was the part of the education that you disliked the most?
I think that's my problem because the educational system is designed for the majority. Unfortunately, I'm one of minors. So I didn't get quite well with that. I think the education is designed for about getting a better person. It's not about getting better school or getting better job. That's not the core for the education.
All right.
But when I was a child, education is kind of like this. You got to find a better school to get in, and you're gonna get a better job when you graduate. So it can convince me to do that. So being weird the persons in Taiwan is kind of tough, I guess. Yeah.
It is. But, you know, not many young people, maybe at your age at that time, really knew what they wanted to pursue. But, you know, you're lucky in the sense that, Ken, you knew that you had a lot of interest and passion for music, for, you know, guitar playing. Then you decided to put the time and the efforts into the pursuit of those things. And after you graduated from Shixing University in Taipei, that you decided in 2010 to go to the Players School of Music in the U.S.
Yes.
And you found that experience, you know, by the way, Ken only used 1 year to finish the 2-year curriculum. You know, that is an achievement in itself. But you also found the experience of going to school in the U.S., especially continuing your pursuit of music, that you found it to be an eye-opening experience. You enjoyed that very much. Would you tell us why?
I got to see the world-class musician, how they live their lives, how they practice, what is the philosophy of their lives, and how they achieve that achievement.
All right.
So I decided to go to U.S. And this playing, I used maybe 7 years to achieve that. So I appreciate that. And I did a lot of prepare so I can finish earlier than other students. And one is, if you really contact with that kind of world-class musicians, yes. You will know, you got different view from maybe from like me, native musician in Taiwan, maybe a little bit different. You are seeing things with international views and wild opening mind, I guess.
All right. And how do you then compare the educational experiences that you have had in the U.S. versus the ones in Taiwan? What were some of the similarities and what were some of the major differences?
I think American is kind of opening mind country, you know? It allowed you to be a really normal person. You can do nothing and nobody gonna blame you. You can drink beer every day. You can have work this month and don't have job next month. It's okay. And it's okay for you if you want to be someone really good at something. There's a complete educational systems and all kinds of majoring for you if you want to. And it's okay if you are different from majority. They'll think you are cool.
All right.
But if you're different from others in Taiwan, you're something like a mistake. Especially some, like my parents, they are teachers and professors. I'm big mistake at that of time. If I always talk about I gotta play guitar for my own life and that's my career. They can say, what kind of career like that? You know, like this.
That leads to my final question for this part of the program, Ken. What was the reaction from your parents and also some of your close friends when you told them that, hey, I'm not going to pursue the educational system, the degrees in Taiwan. I want to pursue my passion, my interest in music. What was their reaction? Please.
Oh, my parents obviously not agree my thought because they don't understand what can you do with your guitar? Can you live your life with that instrument?
Can you support yourself?
Yeah. So we got a lot of fights. But finally I finished the college degree in Taiwan. So a lot of parts is for my parents. I think if I finish that degree, we can, you know, get a forever peace. And my close friends, they are.
Were they supportive?
Yeah, some of my close friends is working in the music industry. And say, you gotta drop your school and go to the military things and come to join us. So it's okay. It's okay now for me.
So overall, you had a very balanced picture support from friends mostly, but just, concern from your parents.
Yes.
But I think, both are very necessary ingredients for you to be successful in music. Yes.
Yeah, and this year, they things agree what I have done and see what I afford to. So right now, everything is okay.
Terrific. I'm happy for you. Ken, we were talking about your early interest and passion for music, for guitar, and we also enjoy your opening, your performance today on the program. And we want to ask you that I think it was back in the year 2011 that you formed a brand new band, a dark white color. I'm sorry, my apologies.
Okay. Yes, it's okay.
And with your friend Huang Zixuan.
Yes.
And then why the name, and why did you decide to form this band, and in the year 2011, when you're just starting your music career?
About the name.
Yes.
I don't know still. I don't know why still.
Okay.
I know the name.
What's the name in Chinese?
It's 暗黑白领阶级. Maybe it's like a worker and got a dark mind, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know actually now, even now.
Okay.
Because it's named by the Huang Zixuan. So.
Okay.
And I didn't really form it at 2011.
Okay.
Because when I in the States, in USA, he emailed me a demo about the first song we made. It's Good Old Times.
Okay.
And he said, you got to check it out. I like this song. We can do something together when you come back.
Okay.
And I just finished that demo instinctively. Both of us very happy about that composition and that works, and think if we get back together and we can make a lot of great stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's formed.
Yeah, and the two of you decided to create a lot of the original music through either Hakka or Taiwanese or Holo dialects. Why? I mean, did you feel that it was closer to the people if you used their native tongue to create original music? What was the reason?
One is we all have some works on the mainland Chinese. We work a lot of songs. You got a band singing Chinese.
Okay.
And so we want to do something different. That's one. And second is we think some story is good to use that kind of language to tell.
Okay.
Language creates some atmosphere, like some Italian movies, gangster movies. They all got Italian accents, right?
Yes.
So it's important to let audience get into the song, get into the stories with that specific, languages. And third, I think the Chinese got its own character. Every language got its own reason. Like if you speak English, you got to use 16 note and syncopation.
Yes.
It's like a very da 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 da. You got sounds like English with that kind of reason.
Okay.
And if you speak Chinese, you got a bum 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 bum.
It's a different rhythm.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you use this reason in English, you sound like a Chinese accent. You go to here, you don't stay here, don't move, like these accents. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is a lot of fun to discover the character of that language and put into the songs. And
Exactly.
And combine a lot of elements of different kinds of music.
Good.
It's fun for me.
And Ken, back in the year 2012, I believe, that you and Huang Zixuan were recognized for your achievements in creating original music with the Hakka and also the Taiwanese dialects. Because at the Taiwan Original Music Awards, the two of you were awarded with the best award, also the first award in the Hakka category, and also the excellent award in the Holo category, and also you were awarded and recognized as the best live performance group, at the 2012, Taiwan Original Music Awards. Let me ask you, a lot of people, including myself, probably never heard of the Taiwan Original Music Award. What is it? and how often does it recognize the music contributors in Taiwan?
This award maybe for maybe 5 years, I guess.
Okay.
And this is...
It's every year?
Every year, and this biggest 3 award found by government. One is Golden Melody. You all know about that. And one is Golden Indie Music. Another one is the original music. It's for some original language or native language.
Yes.
There's a proper use native language, right?
Okay. Yes.
It's for Holo, Hakka, and some
indigenous language.
Yes. It's free, and it got really good reward.
Good.
And it's encouraged young people to learn that language, native language, and to compensate music with that kind of language. I think it do a very good job.
Yes.
And you see, there's many. I got a lot of Hakka music now, much more than before that award.
Okay.
So, and I'm lucky. We get 3 awards. Yes. And we use the reward to make our first albums.
Terrific.
Yeah.
All right. But, Ken, to be, frank, that a lot of people, including yourself, may think that your music is not so-called, mainstream music in Taiwan. But the recognition, by the Taiwan Original Music Award of you and also Huang Zixuan, did that give you a sense of, added responsibility, to consider yourself that continue making original music, whether it's through Taiwanese or through Hakka or the indigenous dialects, will really maybe one day make your music, especially the original music that you create, mainstream music in Taiwan. Do you think so?
Yeah, maybe that's the final goal.
Okay.
This kind of language as popular as the mainstream Chinese pop.
Okay. All right.
But there's a long way to go, And right now, what can I do is don't let this kind of music sounds old or sounds too native. I'm trying to combine some urban folk feelings like Jason Murray's, John Mayer styles into that kind of songs. Yeah. So maybe that's kind of flashing things for the people. So we got the award, I guess. Yes.
And Ken, some people may ask you that, Ken, why do you make life difficult for you and your band members? Because if you want to create original music first, that is a difficult challenge. A lot of times takes a lot of inspiration and efforts to create original songs and music. And second, you want to you prefer to have a new style of creating original music through the Taiwanese dialect, through the Hakka dialect, and also some of the indigenous dialects. So a lot of people would say, Ken, why don't you just sing some Mandopop, Mandarin songs and things? Maybe you can be easily recognized and make a lot of money in the process. Why did you decide to choose a road that's less traveled?
And one is for fun.
Okay.
We can do anything just for the profit. That's no fun for me.
Okay.
Maybe I'm weird. And secondly, I do the C-pop a lot.
Okay.
And I as a recording session artist or a concert artist for those singers, that's my life. So it's for fun, for like a side project doing this. And maybe if we can preserve some language, maybe that is a good idea for doing these songs.
But Ken, another angle that people may have is that Taiwan is a important market, but it's a small market. And then if you create some of the wonderful original music that we hear in Taiwan, but however it's in a different dialect, different language that people outside of Taiwan may not understand. So would that be inhibitive in terms of making your music more internationally recognized that you have more international listeners who welcome and like your music? Have you ever thought about that?
We listen to a Spanish song, right?
Yes.
And we listen to Italian song. If that sounds good, even we don't know what is that.
Yeah, the lyrics.
So maybe for foreigner, no matter the Chinese or Hakka or Holo, the same for them.
Okay.
They just care about what the music sounds like and what the feel you can bring it on. So, so I guess important to get in international market is one, and another one is you gotta find the character of the native language.
Good.
And native cultures into it, and the foreigner gonna interest that. I guess that's two way to go.
All right. So finally, do you think that finding the balance, you know, the balance of continue to create original music with indigenous dialects, and also on the other hand, maybe, you know, explore the international markets a little bit. Do you think that finding that balance is something that you can convince your band members and also your followers, supporters to continue go down this road?
I guess if you got a clear image,
yes,
and you work really hard,
okay,
and whole university gonna help you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I trust that though.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't think I can prepare this well.
No.
This English well, but I still do
try.
this. Yeah, I try hard. There will happens, and there will some accident happens, maybe helps you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think that much to you know, to the things I can control. I focus on the thing I can control.
Good.
If I can get a better levels of music, better productions, that would be good.
Okay.
That's enough for me, though.
All right, Ken, like a lot of people say, there are no accidents and things happen for a reason. And certainly people will recognize, you know, if not now, in the future, will recognize the hard work that you have put in along with your band members. Ken, we were talking about the different recognitions that you and your partners, Huang Ziquan and others, have received at the 2012 Taiwan Original Music Awards. But good things just kept happening for you guys, because in 2013, at the Golden Melody Award, you and your partners, band members, were recognized for the Best Hakka Album of the Year in the album that you produced and performed called The Way Home. And the album is filled, a lot of people believe, with a hometown sentiment. Can you tell us a little bit about the message behind the album, and when you were putting the album together, what was going through your mind?
This album is basic on the sentimental elements about the hometown.
Okay.
And we describe some views of Hsinchu. We both of us come from Hsinchu.
We're born in Hsinchu, yes.
Yes. So, and I guess everybody got some homesick.
Yes.
When they grow up, they miss the childhood.
Of course,
you know,
the friends and places, yes.
Everything when you was a child is so pure. So it's kind of homesick for everybody. So we try to catch that. This kind of subject, it disappeared maybe for decades.
Okay.
20 years ago, it's a lot of homesick. You know, the south side of Taiwan, the people come to north side to work, and got a lot of homesick songs.
Yes.
But it's disappeared in this decade. So we do the fun. It's so fun. A lot of fun for this to catch that back.
Okay.
And especially in the native languages.
All right.
It will hit the core.
Okay. The emotional core.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So it like a string in your heart. You just play it around. You know it.
Okay.
But you can check out the song like The Good Old Times, which is original award in Holo.
Yes.
And you can check the Sundang Balago is a best Hak song at the last year.
Okay.
So that's all kind of about the sentimental element of hometowns. Maybe I think judges feel flesh with that kind of element,
sympathize
the combination of these kind of elements.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And you've been recognized repeatedly, for your original music contribution, through Hakka and also Taiwanese dialects. So do you think that maybe by using the local indigenous dialects will be a more effective way for you to express through your music the true sentiments behind the songs and behind the album? Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree that some composition, if you sing with Chinese, maybe you will sing that a normal song.
Okay.
But if you do the combinations of that kind of language and the kind of music styles, and when you do that, it got really special. You think, wow, that's maybe something new, something cool. So I guess that's good experiment for me.
Yeah, because like you said, it's probably going to be, more effective in terms of striking an emotional chord with your listeners, with the audience.
Yeah.
Okay. And we also understand that, Ken, in the same year, 2013, you and your band was given the special jury award recognition at the Gogh Rock Festival. I know this is a very important event for a lot of the musicians, not just in Taiwan, but also in neighboring countries in Asia. And can you tell us a little bit about that experience?
Oh, that is an honor, really an honor. Everybody play band want to go to that festival and get an award. And I think I'm so lucky. We are kind of special with another competitor, so we got an award. And I think this is really good activities. Everybody should go once a lifetime. There's a crowd of people, and they'll get high. I mean, emotional high.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And some of them drink beer, sit at the beach, and listen to the music. And the biggest stage there, they say it's 100,000 people there.
Okay, good. It's a big crowd, yes.
Yeah, and the summertime weather is hot. The girls are hot too.
Okay, all right.
So it's really good
experience.
Yes.
All right. We also understand that in the year 2011, you formed another band called Light Engine. All right. And can you tell us why that after coming back from the United States, that you decided to form not just the dark white color, but also another band called Light Engine? What's the difference?
That's the line. I still continue with the C-pop, Mandopop.
Yes.
And I like the Engine's composition a lot. It combination not of different sorts from the other C-pops. Maybe we got a song called QED. QED is that a proof or something. It's a lot of math stuff into the lyrics.
All right.
Oh, we do something really cool things with Chinese and with subject.
Okay.
So I joined two bands at the same time and doing the albums at the same years.
Good.
When I come back to Taiwan.
You certainly have been very busy, and then certainly your hard work has been recognized, because in the year 2014, because of the song "Go With You," and then the lead vocal of the group, Light Engine, Mr. Engine Lai, has been recognized by the Golden Melody Award for the best vocal, singing group. And then can you tell us a little bit about winning the Golden Melody Award again in the year 2014?
It's another aspect.
Yeah.
Because the first time I win the Hawk music.
Yes.
That's relative minus record to compete.
Okay. Yes.
And this really happy is a kind of mainstream award.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's really impressive experience for me. And I hardly believe. I thought we were maybe third place or fourth place with 5 groups.
Okay.
But finally we got, I thank judges a lot,
Okay.
And when I say something on the stage, I say thank judge. I will remember these, And every time maybe I think about give up or just let go and don't take any serious about the compositions. I will think the judges and I will hold on and keep on.
To the continued pursuit.
Yeah, it's a kind of duty for them. I will do the better job next time. Yes.
All right. And tell us a little bit about the song Go With You. You know, this is a song, of course, your band member, Angel Lai, performed and won the Golden Melody Award. And what was the sentiment behind the song?
This is one of the popular songs of our album,
Yes.
And this is about Vincent van Gogh. It's we have a trip between his paints.
Okay.
And the main idea of this song is with these kind of talent people and their works, we won't feel alone as a human being. Okay. It's kind of serious, right?
Okay.
But that's the idea of the songs.
Okay.
So we always pick up, me and the vocalist, we always pick up something really special subject to do.
Good.
Yeah, maybe for fun, maybe for something different.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, Ken, you and your team, the Ken Chou group, will publish a new album called the Dreamy Vocalist. Can you tell us a little bit about the concept behind the album, please?
Okay. And last year, I became a music director of the concert.
Okay.
I am collaborate with famous singer called Jin Zijuan. It's
good.
a kind of classic vocalist, and I arrange a lot of songs for him and do a concert director for her. And I have my own team to do that. Got the bassist, drummers, and maybe programmer. And I think after this, the touring to China and finally go back to Taiwan. I think I got different view and thought on music. Maybe I'm better musician now. I got to try something new. And I have this idea, this album. It's assembling the composition of these years I play guitar. The oldest song is maybe I wrote in the college. And I pick up different vocals who fit that song and ask them to join me. It's the same musician group, but different vocals project. But I'm not the inventor of these kinds of albums. There's a pioneer like Carlos Santana.
Yes.
Different song is different vocal from different bands. And maybe like a jazz pianist like Herbie Hancock. He did these kinds of albums too. Maybe I'm the first one to do this in Taiwan.
In Taiwan, yes, I would believe.
And from now, so far, they think that the people think that's cool and like the song a lot. And it will release at December.
Okay. And before we end this part of the program, my final question is that you come up with the idea of crowdfunding, in order for you to finish the album. Where did the concept come from?
Oh, this very, new stuff on the internet. It's like you have a project, you have an idea, and as crowd, people to support you.
Yeah, they pay first.
And you give them some reward,
Okay, all right.
Like a albums, pre-buying albums, and got a really good price. Like you buying some house, that didn't build.
Okay.
Yeah, like
it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Was the response very enthusiastic?
Yes, because I got a really good deal for them.
Okay, all right, good. Talking about the album that you're coming out with, in the market called the Dreaming Vocalist. And we went through the crowdfunding project concept. And let me ask you this, with the fairly successful response from the audience, from your listeners, that do you expect when the album is available in the market, it's going to be part of the mainstream Mandopop? It's going to be something indicative of your years of hard work and also the original contribution to to the mainstream music. Do you agree?
It may be not going to be a very hit record,
Right.
because maybe I got to do this project for 3 or 4 albums and invite really famous singer next time.
Right.
Maybe God works, but it's good start for me though.
Yes.
And I got something to show when I invite another vocalist.
Okay.
And some vocalist and some musician has ordered me to ask me to ask them to join this next albums.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's really, really good. A really good experience for me. And have a lot of fun, and I learn a lot of stuff. Especially I doing the mixing, producing in France.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I send a file
Okay.
and discuss with the engineer in France. That's a really good experience for me.
Of course.
Yeah,
yes. All right. And we've been talking about Mandopop. This is a growing market, but we also have seen the market potential in places like China, Malaysia, and Singapore. And as a Taiwanese musician, then how do you think Taiwan can be competitive and able to compete with these other major markets for Mandopop in the future?
We used to be the biggest exporter of the C-pop, of Mandopop. Maybe 20 years, I guess.
All right.
But recently, as China rise up, they got really good musicians and really good systems for that. And they have a lot of audience and the profits to do the concert. So we kind of lose some competition,
Okay.
But we still got some influential, and we can use our creativity to lead them. Kind of aspect for me.
Okay.
So, but there's a problem about Taiwan is we don't have any pop music major.
Okay.
That's 30 years ago, American got that kind of college.
Okay.
Like the Berkeley in Boston, and a lot of school got a jazz major.
Yes.
Jazz music. And 20 years ago in Japan, they have too. And 10 years ago in Shanghai.
Yes. Okay.
So I think the educational problem is very important.
Okay.
Because any business, any industry, the fatal factor is slow.
Yes.
If you're slow, you're gone.
Yeah.
So
not be able to compete.
Yeah, that is the things we got to affect now.
Okay.
The education, the music education. We used to disrespect the arts things,
Yes.
People draw pictures good. They won't get respect in Taiwan.
No.
Or sing good or play instrument. If something, affect the grade,
Yes.
there's something evil, right?
Okay.
So in Taiwan.
Okay.
So we got to turn that sort
All right.
around, I guess.
Good. And Ken, as the market grows bigger for Mandopop, there is that problem regarding music downloads. Some of which are illegal, as you know. But CD sales has been surpassed by music download for many years now. And given the fact that a lot more people stop buying CDs and instead they have music download from the internet. As a musician, how do you then cope with such a challenge? How do you try to convince the people, especially for illegal downloads, people should not pursue those? And then how do you then convince your audience to come back and support original music that's created by musicians like yourself?
It can return the times.
Okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
and people won't going back to that time, you know, when you produce a CD and they will buy it, or something show on television, they will buy it. So they transferred to the music, live music.
Yes.
And you'll see this year there's a lot of music festival in different kind of way. And this year we got new like a picnic music festival. That's on the grass, and there's a band playing and picnic. So they transfer into the real world live music, and that's a trend, I guess. And you know, my friends, my crew, they made a live on internet through Weibo. You know, so this new stuff you gotta learn, you gotta know, and you gotta, according with that, you can survive, I guess.
All right. And given the fact that, you know, we talk about the Mandopop, you know, market, we need many different talented people, you know, not just musicians like yourself, but also people who can, you know, promote, market, and people who can put together concerts. And you mentioned earlier about, you know, education, music education in Taiwan. That is important. But also, do you think we have enough talent or enough people that are interested, for example, to be, you know, part of this Mandopop, you know, growth, you know, process, you know, to become the marketing specialist, to become a promoter, you know, to become a concert organizer? Do you think we have those talents available in Taiwan?
It's like a teacher and the students. There's a small group.
Yes.
And maybe the engineer learn from one teacher. So they will sing, they will sound the same.
Okay.
So we got to learn the systems.
Yes.
From foreign countries.
Yes.
And we will see, we must see the shortness of ours. And see what are good for us and bad for them. So we got a competition, we got the power to compete.
Okay. And Ken, looking back on the, you know, last, you know, maybe 5 or 10 years that you have pursued this road of music career, do you have any regrets? You know, did you
regret?
Yes. Did you ever say to yourself, maybe, you know, people didn't like the songs I wrote, and maybe I should, you know, stay in school and get a 9-to-5 job instead? Did you ever, you know, regret?
Maybe I got 1 second or 2 seconds to think, maybe I got it. Got no more job.
Okay.
Won't be this kind of tired, you know. Okay. But this will be good when I playing guitar. I got a lot of freedom of life.
Exactly.
And freedom of thought, and that's a happiness life now. So I think I don't have any regret.
Okay.
I think maybe I should spend more time with my parents.
No, with your family. Yes.
But yeah, you know.
Yes.
I will do it in future when I finish the promotion of this album.
Okay. And Ken, for the final question of today's program, there are a lot of young people watching our program today, and they may say, hey, Ken, this is great, this is cool. You know, you're able to walk down this path that few people have traveled before you. Then you have, you know, formed a band, and, you know, more than just one. You have won the Golden Melody Award, you have won the Taiwan Original Music Award, and all these recognitions. Maybe I want to do the same thing as you did, you know, make a career out of music. You know, I can write songs, I can play instruments and things. What would be your advice to them if they are thinking of doing the same things that you did?
Oh, this is a very good question.
Yeah.
I think first is you gotta work hard on the things you're good at. Like I beginning with playing guitar. And gotta practice more and more and knowing about that instrument. And as as well as you could,
Okay.
you know, because you got to be prepared anytime.
Okay.
You know, chance won't wait for you.
Okay.
You got to wait for chance, and like a hunter see the prey,
Okay.
you know. So you got to be prepared is the first advice. Second is you got to learn new stuff. When you kind of age, okay, you will kind of don't like to learn a new technology or new device that you're not used to.
Okay.
But this time is the time for the people who new to understand and use the new device.
Technologies, yes.
Yes. Like I take example, there's a software called Auto Tunes.
Yes.
It can tune the vocal you record.
Yes.
If they sing out of tune, you can just correct it.
Okay.
If you don't know how to use this, you maybe use 10 times of record and didn't get a better result from this.
Okay.
So it's important to know the new device and new technology.
Available. Good.
Yeah. So you got to
continue trying. Yes.
and study
Yes.
all the time.
Certainly being a pleasure to have you on the program today, Ken. Want to wish you and your band all the success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for watching our program today. I'll see you next time on Macroview Television. Thank you.